The Rootsilience framework has 3 components, and these are analogous to caring for a tree. The first step is to test the quality of the soil. The second step is to adjust the quality as needed. And then the third step is to nurture and maintain the quality of your tree. So the first step of testing your soil is to take your Rootsilience leadership map. What this leadership map provides you with is your unique signs of whether in the behavioral or physical or an emotional lens you need to pay attention to in order to come back to balance. In step 2, you adjust your soil, meaning you use the practices in the book, which are either the conscious leadership practices, the healing foods and nourishing recipes, and or the mind-body integration exercises to help you adjust what needs adjusting. And step 3 is to maintain and nurture your tree, meaning that you start to pay attention to those signs as indicators of bringing yourself back into balance before you get thrown off. Now let me give you an example of this framework. So my Rootsilience leadership map is exhibited on page 48 of the book. And as you can see, my crown chakra has a score of 5, my third eye 4, etc. The highest score in my map is the solar plexus, and with a score of 6. Now, a couple things. One, you don't necessarily need to have a balance of all the chakras. There is no goal, there is no ideal number. This is simply showing you which chakra is the one of focus. The first place that you can go when you are then adjusting your soil quality, which is step 2. So in step 2, adjusting your soil quality means using the tools from either the conscious leadership component, the healing foods, or the mind-body integration to help bring you back into balance. Now, specifically for my example, if I flip to the solar plexus chakra, I can first go and look at the table on page 235, which are the via character strengths over and under use. Now, this is where I can start to adjust the soil in the behavioral tendencies that I might find myself in. So zest is my highest strength, which when in optimal use, I have vitality, vigor, energy, and enthusiasm for life. But when in overuse, I could be hyperactive or annoying, which something I think could certainly tell you is true, and maybe my husband as well. Now, if you look at your lesser strengths, you can also look to see if you're falling into underuse. And so adjusting your soil quality in this means that you start to recognize that behavior as a sign that, oh yeah, okay, I'm starting to go off balance here. It's like a ding, 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 pay attention. Now, one of the things that you can refer to, which you might find really helpful, is the table on page 378. It's one of the tables we provide in the appendix, which is the via character strengths and their underuse, optimal, and overuse mapped to the 7 chakras. And it looks like this. Now, this is used with permission from the Via Character Institute. And what this shows you is where there is over and under use for each of the character strengths. And so you can look at your top 5 and your lesser 5, your bottom 5, your greater strengths and your lesser strengths, and notice, do you in fact tend towards overuse on the greater strengths? And do you in fact tend towards underuse on the lesser strengths? And for those that you do, make a note of them. Make a note of them so that you start to recognize your behavior as a sign of you're going out of balance. Now, from the physical standpoint, the symptoms that we tie to the solar plexus are all listed in each chapter, and one of them is digestion or stomach upset. And when I find myself feeling indigestion or feeling that I've got loose stool or diarrhea or something that might come up, typically I used to go for more caffeine. I used to want more stimulation when I was pushing through whatever intense thing I was doing. Instead, what the tools provide in adjusting your soil are tools to reduce inflammation. There's too much fire. So this recognition of that stomach upset or that loose stool that I had in the morning, instead of ignoring it, I may opt for some turmeric in my tea, in an herbal tea, instead of another coffee that day. And that is in fact what I have done to help myself not go into overdrive and burnout. From the conscious leadership perspective, I may do one of the exercises, particularly on my rest score and how I'm incorporating rest into my day-to-day life as a way to acknowledge if I'm finding balance in that area of my day-to-day. And the practices in the book, the mind-body integration, specifically include a yoga nidra practice, which helps to rest and recharge. This is a powerful practice that you can access in the online video supplement to help you feel enough. So this is an example of how I've been able to test my soil, recognize my unique signs, then adjust my soil as needed, meaning pull from either the foods, the behavior, or the mind-body practices that are going to help me come back to center. And then continuing to nurture and maintain my tree means that I don't need to wait until I get out of balance to continue to use these practices. I start to develop a rhythm of, okay, I've got this expanded toolbox. What can I pull from to use that day? This is the Rootsilience framework, and this is how you can benefit from this powerful methodology. In closing, the Rootsilience leadership framework has 3 components. First, testing your soil, taking the Rootsilience leadership map. Second, adjusting the soil quality, experimenting with the conscious leadership, the healing foods, and the mind-body integration tools to see what works for you. And 3, continue to maintain and nurture the health of your tree. Means you don't just do the practice once and you're done. You come back, you notice, you pay attention again and again, and you evolve. The idea here is to continue to bring this lens of compassionate self-inquiry to the process of listening to your body, behavior, and mind. And this is a framework that we hope you can use for life.